Welcome to another Snyder fans read comic series. I'm your host Taladia Plays, and this today's episode is 5 years later. It's issue one of volume two we'll be covering. But before we do that, let me bring up my co-host. You guys know him as Comics League. I know him as Jared. Let's get him in the stream. Where is it?
I love that video. What's up,
Hey,
Claudia?
hey, what's up? Hey, Daniel, and hey, Isaac. I'm well,
What's up,
thank you.
boys? So, what's cool about this arc? We're starting this arc, and this is when the team actually becomes a team. Because previously on Justice League, they were just a group of heroes that just happened to meet in one spot. That was it. And this is also when a certain bond forms between two Justice Leaguers. So, what do you say we get into it?
Yeah.
All right, so let me share a screen. All right. So as we begin again, Justice League issue 7, or as Claudia said, volume 2, issue 1, of the hero's journey. The villain's journey, and that's a play off the classic hero's journey trope.
Yes.
And this issue has art as writing by Geoff Johns, but art by Gene Ha. Jim Lee comes back in later.
I was a bit surprised when they said Jim Lee wasn't part of it.
Yeah,
But
and then we have Gary Frank's art for this one.
I saw for Gary Frank's art. I'm not a big fan of that for the new 52.
Yeah, his faces take a bit getting used to. Here's Jim Lee.
Jim Lee one looked better.
There you go. Yeah, that is way better. I agree with you on that one. So let's continue on. So then we get so we open up, and remember, it's like during the 5 years or so that the Justice League has been a team, and yes, they're called the Justice League. In between the two, they drop the Super 7 title, and so we have these demon creatures fighting. Colonel Steve Trevor is fighting these demon creatures, and then the infinitely more useful Justice League show up.
From a boom tube.
Yeah, and you got Green Lantern. He's like running over people with a train. I really dig like the rain and like Barry's movements. Ha definitely knows how to draw epic superhero action.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. And then I love how like Hal puts an umbrella over everyone's head with his hard light construct.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not a savage.
You would have thought that Cyborg would have had a short circuit.
Yeah, exactly. So
because of the way
he puts on Aquaman, and Aquaman is like, I don't need an umbrella lantern. Hey, what's up, Tevia? We're talking about Justice League New 52 issue 7. I find an immediate repulsion when I yes, yeah, Daniel, that's right.
Exactly. You know what?
That is right. Daniel's my boy right there.
And Daniel, if you didn't see what I retweeted today, I was about to tag you in that tweet.
What?
It was the Superman and Wonder Woman from New 52. I was just like, yes.
We'll get there. Trust me, this is great. So yeah, so I love the humor that like Johns puts in here because yeah, they're kind of more of a team this time. So yes. They're fighting, and they're like assessing where like the shadow creatures came from, and this is kind of a like self-contained issue just to like reestablish the team 5 years later. Because remember, we saw them 5 years earlier when they just got formed. So this is them as a more experienced team.
5 years on, yeah.
Still a little bit more inexperienced, but still. And we also established the friendship between Hal Jordan and Barry, and this goes back to when Geoff Johns brought them both back. Did Steve tell you that every time I hear the name, I think this line from Justice League? Did Steve Trevor tell you that? Oh my gosh! Oh no, that's a Justice League reference. Speaking of Justice League,
no, don't play it. I don't want to get W. Don't want to get claimed.
No, I'm not speaking. I also did a video. Yeah, that's a sad thing about the Damian Wayne Batman game.
We will be talking about this after we cover the comic for the
Yeah.
first part of the, because we're covering the first part of the stream for the comic, and then the second part will be about the video game aspect of it.
hmm So yeah, they're fighting this demon monster, and it's a
Do
singular like creature. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it does have a
yeah,
cool design.
I was gonna ask you, do you know what the creature is called because you read it?
I don't think they ever tell you. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna go back to like previous issues here. It is. Let me see. We'll just call him Spore right now because that's kind of what he is. It kind of looks like a random monster type. Yeah, kind of. And so he fights the Justice League. I love where he goes that the creature goes, "I won't go down easy," and then Superman's like, "Maybe not, but you'll go down."
And
Again,
this is the and by the way, guys, the thumbnail is from this panel.
how about that lightning bolt just coming down? I swear, I really, really, really dig the way Geoff Johns writes New 52, younger, more badass Superman. And then we get Steve Trevor being like interviewed by Congress because currently the Justice League is a body under Argus, and he's like their liaison to the people, which is kind of interesting. And I love what they call them, super friends. Researching on my current project has revealed that Alan Moore is one of Jared's people, aka Super Wonder Shipper. Yes, I'll take it. By the
We'll
way,
take it.
Taladi, in case you want to hear that, Alan Moore wrote Watchmen.
Yes, I know. I know who Alan Moore
Okay,
is.
I love this. They go, "Oh, they're super friends. They're not just at each other's throats; they're friends." It's like because there are people wondering because from the outside they don't look like a team yet, like a family and all that stuff. So then we get to, oh yeah, so so Tevi has a question. Speaking of New 52 Justice League, I just realized something this team ever got expanded in this arc because this always bothers me about this era. It did get expanded, Tevia, though it was at the end of Throne of Atlantis. They didn't have to do this arc in it because in this arc, it's just establishing who the core are. Because remember, DC is treating this like pretend we never published a comic book.
Yeah.
So this idiot journalist comes up and asks Steve Trevor, "So does Wonder Woman wear those boots in bed?" And then
Oh
Steve
god.
Steve crushes his hand.
Oh god. I
He
can't
should
believe
have
somebody would.
gone ask Superman.
Yeah. I still can't believe they would ask him that question though.
I know, because the only thing that Steve Trevor's known for in this universe is dating Wonder Woman. Dating in the past. In the past, they broke up.
That's past tense.
Yeah. Despite what Rebirth was trying to do, they broke up. I have to say that because it's DC Rebirth. I don't know why there is a black screen here. Or is that actually the panel? Hang on. Technical difficulties, folks. Okay, so from the looks of the panel, Steve is interviewed some more, and then he leaves and he FaceTimes Diana. And what's kind of funny is they're already having an argument about the Justice League is having a friendly argument with like Batman, and
Yeah.
and then I love where Kalenda's like, hey, hold up, is that Trevor? Hey Trevor, can you send us up here some more chips?
Some more chips? You mean crisp?
Yeah, Rebirth Wonder Woman I thought was fantastic with both. Well, here's the problem with that series, and I can go into this at a later date, but I'll just tease it right
Yeah.
now. That series basically made Wonder Woman a simp for low. It made Wonder Woman a simp for Steve, but also said, "I've never really been good at romance. You were gonna marry Superman before he died." That's just them wanting to ignore everything that happened with this era of DC, which is stupid as hell. So then we get Etta Candy talking to Steve, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm still in love with her," and I'm like. So this is really where they start to show that like Steve is like a stalker. And, if Randy has a great comment, if Wonder Woman ever did sleep with Steve Trevor at the end, she would say, "This is a job for Superman." Yes,
Yes, Randy, you're my guy.
That's
You're our guy.
awesome, dude. That's awesome. And then what's interesting is that we find this author
This,
that wrote the book on the Justice League, and that's where they get the name from. And it's basically teasing toward the main thing. Yeah, new 52 treated Steve Trevor dirty. Yeah, because previous to this and post Crisis, he wasn't a love interest, he was a father figure.
yeah,
So here we have more Gary Frank art, which I'm like, it's hit or miss. But what this is, remember in the Shazam movie when
yeah,
the wizard was grabbing people randomly?
yeah.
That's what this is, because in the backup stories for Justice League was the first arc of Shazam.
Yes.
So we see the wizard, we see Dr. Sivana, he's watching all these interviews with people that were taken by the wizard. And then we see young Billy Batson. So, and yes, again, so I like when they did this because it's basically like getting two comics in one. And then the other ones will also continue the story. And it's basically Billy showing up. He meets his family for the first time, but he's constantly trying to escape. And then it's basically teasing he will become Shazam and then meet Black Adam.
Ooh.
And that is issue 7. So what do you think, Taladia?
I really enjoyed this issue as a first issue for Volume 2. Uh, What really interests me, obviously, the most is Superman and Wonder Woman, of course, for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
this comic it didn't have a lot of it. That comes in toward the middle of the arc.
But it was like interesting to see. Are you ready? Let's like that bit. That was cool.
And I will say, Volume 2, a later issue, has my favorite Wonder Woman line of all time.
Uh,
Of all time, it is the funniest thing ever. Steve Trevor was a father figure in post-crisis, more or less to differentiate him from Wonder Woman from pre-crisis versions. Yeah, exactly. I like that version more because it's too stereotypical. She falls in love with the first man she met. New
touchy.
52, well, Wonder Woman was so sexy and touchy. Yeah, exactly. And we briefly saw that in Superman Wonder Woman, but we'll see some of that later.
But it's like in this issue, the one thing I'll say is the Justice League is working well as a team.
Yeah, they're starting to like really gel and mesh as a team.
Yeah, so that was cool. The only disappointment I have to say is the monster.
Yeah, because remember this was kind of a self-contained issue until like we see the tease of the author, because it's just showing the Justice League in their daily lives, and then the next one is the same, and then I believe issue 3 is when they get to the main plot of the arc.
Okay, cool. But it's definitely one of those book guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of those books that I think, or sorry, comic, I should say, that I would say if you're huge into Justice League and you want to read something, I would say this would be a comic to read if you just want to get not at the beginning, but you want to just go through halfway through. I would say this is a
Yeah.
good place, good place to start off, isn't it?
Yeah, because you get like who these characters basically are, and then you get like they don't like build off of the Dark Side invasion, so you don't have to read that. The one issue I don't like with the one with Cheetah, and that arc wasn't good. You mean Throne of Atlantis? That arc was awesome.
Yeah, that we haven't covered that yet, have we?
We haven't covered that. That's arc 3.
Yeah, we haven't covered that yet.
I will say this: the Cheetah stuff is building up what happens later in the run, beyond issue 2. So that's what I love about Geoff Johns' run. He's like Jonathan Hickman, where if you're paying attention, small, seemingly unimportant details build into this. Yes, it was part of Throne of Atlantis. Tavia, it was included in the Throne of Atlantis trade.
But I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Not ask. Sorry. I was gonna say that the only problem I had was Gary Frank's artwork.
You
That
mean on the
really,
covers and stuff, and then on the
yeah,
Shazam issue, yeah.
yeah,
It's
kind of,
kind of jarring going from Haas art to Frank, because there are some artists that you can interchange and it'll work pretty well, but it's like it's a little too weird of an exchange. I know what I said is funny, but it's kind of true if you stop and think about it. Yeah, exactly. It is kind of
Yes,
true. It is
it
kind of true. There you
it
go.
is true. Yeah, but it's like like I said before, like the artwork was just like Gary Frank was good for like P pre 52 and
He's good.
maybe
He's good on a lot of books. He's good on like Doomsday Clock. He's good on like he he's not good as a backup artist because if you go from
Jim
like
Lee.
Pa's art or Jim Lee to Gary Frank, it's really jarring. He has to be the main artist on the book because
Yeah,
then it's less jarring.
because Superman's S symbol just looked really weird, and he had
Do you
the
know what that
curve.
is? A lot of pre-crisis, a lot of post-crisis artists and writers wanted to ignore the new 52 because they didn't like it. Because if you notice, if you see like guys like Gary Frank and Dan Jurgens when they work on these books, what they
Yeah,
do is they like draw less lines on Superman's armor to make it look less like armor. And then it's like they won't have they'll draw in the S curl, even though this Superman didn't have the S curl. They do a lot of stuff to undermine a new 52.
which I which I was just like, oh god, I wish they didn't do that. That's
Mm-hmm.
what really was thing. That's why I give like this rating for this comic though. I would have to give it about 6.5. One of the lowest ones so far that I've read.
Is it
Um,
just because it's random or because of the Gary Frank stuff?
not only the Gary Frank stuff, but uh, the fact that the monster we didn't get actual name.
I don't think we got an actual name. I'm going back into the issue to check, but to be fair, yeah, but Tevia, his job is to draw the character as designed by the character designers. His job is not to choose what part of his job is not to choose what character what design to use. He has to choose. He has to use the design that was established in the meetings because guess what? That creates continuity.
Yes. So it's
Cheetah's arc is more of a prologue. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That's why. That's why.
but I feel like um but yeah, like I said, I think Gary Frank's artwork in this really let the comic down as a rating for me.
Hmm.
But the story was good, just the artwork and maybe even having like the backstory, like Shazam stuff.
Yes, armor is better than spandex.
Yes, of course. Y- keep this up 1 second. This
Yes,
comment,
that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I'm gonna pin this comment
Hmm.
just so everyone so you know.
Yes, it is. It is 100% better.
This is what James Gunn needs to do better. Use armor for his film. Anyway, but I believe that like the one thing I'll say is that this the new 52 what really interests me the most is like why haven't we
Yeah,
seen
yeah, but Tevia, it's a cultural artifact from from Krypton. It's Kryptonian battle armor. It's him embracing his Kryptonian heritage, as opposed to just a costume that his mom inexplicably made out of the stuff that he came in on. It makes more sense for it to be armor. I get he doesn't need armor. That's fine. Of course, he doesn't need armor. He's invincible, but it's more like just because everyone in the new 52, if you notice, Tevia, even Batman went with more armor as opposed to like spandex. So it would have looked weird if everyone else had armor but Superman.
but I wanted to ask you what did you rate the issue?
I rate the issue because what I'm doing right now is I'm checking to see is there a name for the monster because I think there's a name for the guy that he is, but it's not like an
Not
actual
the
cool
monster.
monster name.
Yeah, I was that was a letdown for me. So that took a couple of points, and then Gary
Yeah.
Frank knocked
For
even further.
me, because I'm used to Gary Frank's artwork, I don't take off for that because I'm used to it. So it's like, okay, I've read enough of his books and I do enjoy his artwork. So that's I'm not going to take off points for that. But in terms of the issue, it's like I still wonder if Green Lantern was armored. Yeah, everyone was wearing armor. that was part of the modernizing of the characters. It's like even with Wonder Woman, so they were like, why are we gonna, if we're gonna armor up everyone, just do it to Superman too. And the idea to quote Jim Lee was they wanted the costume to feel more alien, so that's why the armor design was that. So, but anyway, honestly, I give this issue probably a 7 or 8 out of 10 because I still enjoyed it. It's fun for what it is, the story, and it kind of sets stuff up for later in the arc where the author and like the teasing of the books that'll come in later. But ultimately it is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. It, but it's like, what was your rating number wise?
It was like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay. Do you know what the grading was for it? Do you not have any idea what grade
With
would it receive?
sales, I have no idea, honestly.
No, 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 no. So if it was graded by the comic people that grade comics?
Oh no! That's not the way it works. It depends on the condition of the book that you have, and I don't have one. I wish I did.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because of the based on the issue that it,
No, it's not. My plan, by the way, is to get Justice League 12, the Kiss of Superman and Wonder Woman signed by Geoff Johns and Jim Lee, and then have that graded.
oh god, and then you're gonna pin that up on your wall.
I'm gonna pin that right next to Superman Wonder Woman, dude. Yeah, exactly. The next one's
Okay.
gonna be really fun.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a very interesting to know that we're gonna get Green Arrow next.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised. You know, one thing I'll say that surprises me is now that they're introducing other characters into the fold
Slowly.
slowly. But I thought maybe they wouldn't keep Green Arrow in yet. I thought maybe they'll wait. Go on.
Nothing is as it seems.
But you know
Trust.
what I mean. You know what I mean, though.
You
Yeah.
mean like not include him in the book at all because he has a role in a different DC book in addition to
Yeah.
his book. Let's just
Yeah.
say he'll have his own team.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Um. But you know, any questions you want to put in the
Yeah.
chat? Ask us some questions about the book, or
You can ask about why Lois Lane is useless.
Lois Lane. Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. Yes, thank you. I love
Yeah.
that. I love how
Lois
that's now
Lane.
become the sign off of Comics League.
Yeah. Lois Lane is Lois Lane. So, any questions you want to ask us about the book, about today's issue, which is issue 7?
Mm-hmm.
Any comments you want to? And Tevia says, "Yep, Jared's right about that."
Mm-hmm. We can
So that's
talk about if you have also any questions about like the general new 52 around this time because I know a lot about that time period for DC.
yeah. If you got any questions or theories, you can ask us theories as well. What theories we got for future issues, and we can talk about it. If not, then we'll move on to the next segment of the stream, which is about the gaming aspect because there's a lot to talk about for gaming, considering what happened yesterday, and furthermore, what I do know about. Uh, well, we're gonna save that for Friday, but we'll give you a little tease for today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but by the way, a question. Speaking of new 52 as a whole in theories, how do you believe the Justice League will fight the other team? Oh, that comes into effect in Trinity War, I believe. Yeah, Trinity War.
Right.
Which is
Okay.
like one of the later arcs of the series. So I'm not gonna like
Spoil it.
yeah, I don't want to do that because that's an epic storyline.
How much did that sell? That's not gonna ask you. That's a question for you.
I believe. Hang on, let me look that up real quick. New 52 Justice League sales chart. Let me see if one exists. All new 52 sales figures. So let's try this. This was Comic Vine,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to find an actual like. I'm trying to find an actual like sales chart that's like for this series specifically throughout its entire run. So far, I'm not finding that. Let me. Okay, so well, I do know that Justice League 1, big surprise, massively oversold Rebirth Justice League by 8,000. Big surprise.
No surprise there.
Yeah, let me see what else. Sale. There's a Rebirth sales comparison chart. Yeah, I'm trying to find the actual thing. So far I can't find it. I'll tell you what. I'll try and find it, and I'll bring it to next week's episode.
Perfect. That works for me.
Because I'll just ask Britt. Britt knows all this stuff.
Yeah, Brit will know more
The
than I
one thing
would.
you got to know about Super Wonder fans, we know sales of comic books. Yeah,
Because
it wasn't. It really wasn't because they tried to bring in the coward Superman. I call him that. And it's the thing about it is that they didn't do anything interesting with that series short of the children of the Justice League arc. Speaking of characters, that reminds me, how do you feel about Pandora's first appearance throughout all the books? I mean, it's a good build up to Trinity War, but beyond that, it doesn't. I don't really have that much of an opinion on it.
okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for me when get up to that point. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I really think future issues are going to be great for me. I think
Mm-hmm.
like obviously it's got off to a rough start, but maybe the next few issues I'll enjoy. Um,
Once you get back to the Jim Lee art, it gets back to normal.
yeah, I think Jim Lee art is my favorite art
Mm-hmm.
designer for
He's
DC.
mine. He's my favorite artist. He's my favorite artist.
True, Justice League Rebirth was the weakest Rebirth, but I
Yeah.
still think Rebirth was fun. But that's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Tevye saying that, by the way,
Yeah.
not
That's your
me.
opinion.
You know, I'm New 52.
Yeah. 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 Rebirth was. Yeah.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts before we talk about the gaming spectrum?
Just that. Yeah. It starts to get a little. It's on the upturn in terms of issues. So I think you'll enjoy the where it goes from here.
How many issues are there in
I
Volume
think
Two?
I think the same as the last one. Because nope. Because here's why. The purpose of this show that Talati and I did is that we're covering the good books. So we'll do Batgirl, Batman. We definitely have to do Batman.
We have to do Batman because of the Court of Owls for a good reason.
And
Batgirl,
if you want Taladia for a long form, what would be fun is that we could cover Geoff Johns' entire Green Lantern run
that is
because it
something
crosses over into the new 52.
that is something we could do. But obviously, I want to finish
Yeah,
Justice League.
yeah,
We'll finish Justice League off, then we'll jump in straight into Batgirl because I want to get Batgirl
yeah.
out the way.
With baby
Uh,
hands.
Not only with baby hands, but I'll ask my friend who's a big content creator if he wants to hop on
Yeah,
to
yeah.
talk because he's a big Batgirl fan and he's big into the new 52.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
I'll
hell yeah. He'll fit in with us well, very well. Very
yes,
well.
he likes the new 52 Batgirl. So
You'll like are we starting on issue 1 or are we just starting on the Burnside issues?
issue one, of course, we're not gonna go into the
Okay,
but
so the
only
Gail
the book,
Simone run. Okay, okay.
only the good books.
Mm-hmm. Will you guys cover New 52 Flash run all the way? We're not covering DCU.
We're not
We
covering
we
DC.
could cover Flash too, because that's a really Claudia. You will love the art in Flash.
Okay, we'll we'll discuss that
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah,
at well, closer to time. But at the moment, we're covering Justice League, and then after that will be Batgirl for like a one shot thing,
yeah. It'd be
uh,
fun.
and then um after that we'll do Batman because Batgirl
Yeah.
into Batman would make sense. I was just about to ask which Wacko comics you're gonna about talking about. New 52.
No, but there were two Batgirl series. That's why I asked issue 1 or the Burnside, because the Burnside was a relaunch. We'll talk later on that.
Randall says a good comment. If Lois and Clark were so iconic, then WB should adapt their material instead of use Sterling from Super Wonder.
Yeah, they always go to Super Wonder. If they're so iconic, why do? Well, here's why, Randy. I'll give you a little piece of like insider knowledge, because Warner Brothers goes off of characters that they can market and that they can make merch of. You can't make merch of Lois because she's a generic journalist. That's why.
Yes.
That's the
So
thing. Go ahead.
now it's for us to switch gears and talk about the gaming space.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, let's do the transition.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, we have to do it. Transition. So we're gonna be talking about where is it? Where's the DC game? There we go. DC gaming. Now this is the part of the stream where we just talk about DC gaming because there's been some big stuff that's happened. So let me get up the article.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Uh, uh, I have to find the tab. Okay, the Damian Wayne Batman game. If it lets me. All right, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, let me get rid of the ad. I don't want ads. All right, it says here a voice actor who claimed to work on the cancelled Batman game said that Warner Brothers scuffled the project due to leaks. Josh Keaton said on a recent Twitch live stream that he was going to play Damian Wayne in an upcoming game from WB Games Montreal, as we first learned about in 2016. Keaton said he did a few voice sessions for the game, but after leaks, higher ups reported the game was pulled. They leaked everything, the whole plot line, not only the enemies and villains of the rogues gallery, but also the concept art for them. They were doing such a different take on the rogues gallery. It gave away everything that was different about the game. It kind of sucks. This leaks killed the project. The leaks totally killed the project. He said to IGN. Also during the live stream, he said the game was not it's going to be a totally different thing and it would not exist in the Arkhamverse. What do you think
Wow.
about that?
I mean, I wish they did it because, I mean, because it sounds like a really, really cool idea. Because yes, Damian Wayne as Batman Beyond, basically.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in the Arkhamverse. That's interesting. I thought it was going to be in the Arkhamverse.
And then also, yeah, Jason Schreier from Bloomberg also he said wasn't due to the leaks, but at the end of the day, leaks tend to when leaks come out, it tend to cancel things out. And
That much, when that much is leaked, yeah, that's an issue.
when like you have like Gorilla Grodd and the maps art or the maps concept art and furthermore like character designs, that's a big thing. So
yeah, that's all. I know. What is Batman gonna do against Gorilla Grodd is what I want to know. Particularly that Batman will probably kill him.
Basically contradicting information.
Yeah. So the point is, it was canceled. That's really the key information here.
The game was cancelled and turned into Gotham Knights, essentially.
Oh God, that's why. No.
Because the fact that they didn't want to see anything leak out, and as you can see in my coverage of Gotham Knights, we were going to get Damian Wayne Robin for a character. We were going to get Catwoman, Solomon Grundy, the Architect, and so much more for the game. It would have fit. It would have fitted in the Arkhamverse, is foreshadowing that night Batman Talia said. But no. But the thing is, but the thing is, he said it's not going to be in the Arkhamverse. It
No,
wasn't going
but
to be.
what Pika says is that it could have fit really well in there.
It could have really fit well in the Arkhamverse, but the thing is, Warner Brothers didn't want to go in that route. WB Games Montreal, they weren't going to go down that route. They wanted to go down a different route, and
Which is sad, man.
which is sad. And furthermore, it makes me think now that Warner Brothers won't jeopardize the IP, Batman IP again,
Mm-hmm.
because after Gotham Knights' recent review failure, they're not going to push that envelope and go, okay, we'll do another Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
Tevye says that breaks my heart because uh, I really wanted the Batman Beyond game because it would really be awesome, great. Granted, not Terry McGinnis, but one of the Super Sons with Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, they did do they have done a lot of stories where like Batman dies and Damian takes over. So I mean, that made sense. But I mean, if it's pretty much a Batman Beyond game, you should just do Terry. The problem is, I think that nowadays not a lot of people know who Terry is, or not enough to
Mm,
justify the game. More people know who Damian is.
yeah, and if I was honest with you guys, I think the Batman IP is tarnished right now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is tarnished because of how Warner Brothers handled the IP, and furthermore, like even with like Suicide Squad, which we will be discussing on Friday, we'll be
Mm-hmm.
doing our predictions live stream where we make our predictions for the story, future content, and stuff like that. We'll be explaining all of that in a live
Mm-hmm.
stream. Myself and Jared will be doing that.
Yeah, we will. I can't wait.
Um, yeah, and as for like the DC gaming brand, they will be doing a lot of synergy stuff now. What do I
That
mean
makes
by
sense.
that? What do I mean by synergy stuff? So, for example, Superman Legacy is coming out next year, July. Expect something in the world of Superman, maybe a Superman game, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which will get me excited, of course, for good reasons.
About damn time.
It's taken them nearly 30. It would nearly take them nearly 30, not 30 years, 20, nearly 20 years. Yeah, nearly 20
Mm.
years since the last game. Would you
Also,
believe that?
considering the last Superman game was, actually, the last Superman game people remember is Superman 64.
Actually, no, it was '06 Returns.
No, I know that, but no one ever remembers that game came out.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that don't remember that game, movie tying games.
Yeah, which I will maintain. Superman Returns is actually a really good game.
It's a really good game for what it was.
You
The
know
only
what?
thing,
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to stream it at some point.
wait, what?
That'll be one of the games I stream on Comics League.
Oh wow, that oh,
You guys can heckle me.
okay, cool. Uh, Tevia says I really don't like the idea of movie tying games because that's a bad idea. Honestly, I would love a Superman game.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, but let me put it this way, Tavia. Would you rather have a hey, what's up, Ruth? Would you
Hey
rather
Ruth,
have an original Superman game? Would you rather have a movie tie-in game or no Superman game? Because if it's between the two, I'll take the movie tie-in game if it's a Superman game. Plus, Taladi is not exactly saying it's going to be a Superman legacy tie-in game. What he means is they'll have a Superman game. It could be an original story come
yeah,
out alongside the movie, just so they have Superman content coming out.
yeah, pretty much, and it'll be Clark Kent Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much because he's going to be the most popular thing hot off the heels of Superman
Because
Legacy.
there is no version of Superman. There was no other Superman. So there you go.
Yeah, and furthermore, it's like people want a Superman game for a long time.
Yes.
Now, I do know for a fact that WB Games Montreal have just finished on a project, and one of my sources that I am talking with every day has actually DM'd me and said to me, "Oh, look, have you noticed that WB Games Montreal has finished up on the project?" And I
Mm-hmm.
shared this with Jared. I was like, "Dude, this something is happening behind the scenes with WB Games
Yeah.
Montreal." I was like, this has to be the biggest thing going. It could be for the Wonder Woman game, or it could be for the whatever WB Montreal's game is. But it's one or the other at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Valzard.
No, no, no. Oh yeah, they. It's apparently that movie has lived and died more than actual Superman at this point.
In the comics too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the comics, yeah, exactly. It died. It came back to life. It died. No, I don't. But I have a capture card, and I still own my 360, so I'll just do that. And plus, if it's backwards compatible to my one, I can just use that.
do it like that. Yeah, but yeah, like the cool thing is for like Warner Brothers right now is that they don't need to focus on Batman all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, Batman is oversaturated. He's overdone. He needs a break. We've
Yeah,
had
I
enough.
mean, it sure would be nice if we could get that Wonder Woman game.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jared. We are gonna get some Wonder Woman game news soon. I'm gonna be
Thank
honest with you on that.
God, because the only thing we've got is that trailer and telling it's gonna have the Nemesis system.
And the concept art too.
And the concept art, yeah, I know, but we don't have anything as to what the gameplay is gonna be like and all that stuff because all we have is leaks. We don't have actual like confirmed stuff.
Yeah, we don't have actual confirmed stuff for the game, so it's it's going to be interesting to see how Warner Brothers play this out. Now, with Suicide Squad Killer Justice League literally coming out next week, it's for deluxe users, and then in the weekend, you know, we get other things too. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Pika says WB and Zaslav should just sue J.J. Abrams to pay back the money he was given 5 years ago, do anything. And so far in Batman Cape Crusaders has been shown and just have a poster and nothing else. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um. But can you highlight what Tevia says?
Tevia says, I'm hoping you're right, Talati. I really do, because damn, if we need other characters to have games as well, like Wally West Flash, or just Flash in general, it doesn't have to be Wally West. Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, not Batman 24/7. Yeah, the thing is that Batman sells. That's the thing.
Yeah, Batman sells pretty much, but the thing is, Batman doesn't need to be the thing. It could be Superman, uh, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, even Justice League. We just need those.
Yeah.
But only time will tell. But
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, though, guys, if any of you guys want to ask me any questions before we wrap up here and end the stream, because both me and Jared have got lots of other things to do. So ask the questions now before we wrap up. But while we do that, Jared, let them know what you're coming up on your channel.
Yeah, so in about actually 8 minutes, I'm interviewing Javen Morris Art about his projects. Today, I uploaded a video talking about why Captain America is the most important Marvel superhero. So I have that out. This week on Under Two Capes, we're going to be giving our theories on this apparent Ultimate Universe style reboot for DC, like what that's like. Hashtag Super Wonder. What else is going to happen in that universe? And then we're talking with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen on movie night.
Awesome, awesome. As for me, you guys know, this week there will be more content coming your way. So Friday, myself and Jared will be talking about Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, our final predictions before the game releases. Obviously, over the weekend, I'm going to be planning to talk about, just do some videos, hype videos, I should say, for Suicide Squad Killer Justice League. I might just do a members thing. Oh, and you know, considering that you guys are here as well, that are in the chat, I will be doing a members giveaway, membership
Oh,
giveaways on Friday. When we do Suicide Squad Killer Justice League coverage, I'll be giving out memberships. Uh, Tavia's got a question. Speaking of DC games, how would you guys like a Green Lantern game? Because for me, I would love a Green Lantern game similar to Mass Effect. That would be awesome.
yes, yes. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Tevio wholeheartedly. Mass Effect is the perfect framework for a Green Lantern game. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So it'd be cool, but like I said, given the time, I'm telling you guys right now that the top dog IP to be pushed, especially what David Zaslav wants, is Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Ruth, if you want to tune in on Friday, make sure you have your
You can
gifted
see me
membership.
carry Taladia.
No, no, on Friday. No, Friday we're discussing the
Oh,
predictions.
oh, oh, okay, okay.
Friday we're going to be giving predictions and giving a giveaway. So make sure you guys have your gift membership settings on this channel so that you receive the memberships. And so I look forward to watch play the game. That is going to be amazing. Yes, at midnight UK time, myself and Jared will be co-streaming. So he'll be on his channel, I'll be on my channel, but we'll be doing Suicide Squad Killer Justice League. And I'm going to be carrying him, just like my friend
Oh,
Caboose carries his
BS. Oh,
friends.
behave, dude. We all know you're not. We all know from watching your Arkham gameplay that I am going to be carrying you, sir.
We'll see how your shooter gameplay is like.
Oh, dude, I hold my own in shooters, dude.
Okay. Well, on that note, guys, I think that's a very good place to leave it because I know Jared's got other things to do. Yes, and Tevia, yes, at midnight. Yes, UK time, GMT midnight, we're going live. So, until then, uh, no, and Tevia says, knowing Jared, he'll be fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Tavia's on my side. Someone's on my freaking side.
Can you believe that? Ruth says she'll be there.
Sweet.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth, for being here. Thank you for being an awesome mod as always. And until the next time, we are out of here. Jared, give them the final words.
Lois Lane is Lois Lane.
Yeah, we're out of here. Peace out.